Welcome back. Automania. This is automotive for you. The newest automotive information just for you. The beautiful cacophonous uproar of 20 Ducati Multistradas sitting, waiting to dance their way up the ancient volcano we are standing on. Here we are on Gran Canaria for the introduction of the 2018 Ducati Multistrada. Ducati, until the release of the Multistrada Enduro, had kept its focus with the Multistrada 1200 and previous iterations as being sport touring tools. Don't let its tall stance fool you. The Multi has and continues to be a raucous, rip-roaring sport bike with all-day comfort and in typical Ducati fashion, an incredibly precise handling motorcycle for its size. The Multistrada 1260 is visually similar to the outgoing 1200, but it does feature slight aesthetic updates to its side fairings and lighter and more attractive wheels. While the 2018 Multi looks quite similar to the previous model, one of the biggest changes is all in the name. The Multistrada 1260 carries over the test-shredded 1262cc DVT, Dieselodromic variable timing engine found in this Diavel with some slight mechanical changes and revised fuel mapping, bringing the torque output slightly higher in the rev range. The new engine is said to deliver 85% of its torque at 3,500 revolutions per minute and 18% more torque under 5,500 revolutions per minute compared to its 1200cc predecessor. At a claimed 158 horsepower at 9,500 revolutions per minute, it's purportedly 2 ponies down on last year's model. Maximum torque also shows up in the negative at 95.5 pounds-to-foot, down from 100.3 pounds-to-foot in 2017, according to Ducati. The crew in Bologna has put a lot of time and thought into how to make the Multistrada 1260 appeal to a broader audience. That's why it was decided to bring this Diavel engine over to the Multistrada 1260. The adjustable saddle puts seat height between 32.5 and 33.3 inches. At my 5'8" height with a 30-inch inseam, I had no issues, but I also own a motorcycle with a 35-inch seat height, so I am used to dealing with it. It gives us the best of both worlds, says Federico Valentini, Ducati project manager of the Multistrada and Hypermotard lines, as well as of the Superleggera 1299. It gives us torque rear, strong power delivery down low, which makes it easily able to pull higher gears even with a passenger and luggage on board, but it also gives you that sportier hit. It's the touring and the sports aspect of the bike. Continuing with its revisions for 2018, Ducati has increased the swing arm length by 1.9 inches as well as increasing its rake by 1 degree and trail by 0.2 inches, resulting in a 2.2-inch increase in the overall wheelbase of the motorcycle. These changes are said to enhance high-speed stability of the motorcycle when loaded with the passenger and luggage. The handling of the Multistrada 1260 is superb for a motorcycle of its size. At a claimed 511 pounds wet and with a 62.4-inch wheelbase, I was pleasantly impressed with how precise and light the front end felt and how quickly the entire motorcycle could be flicked from side to side. The S model we rode during our test is equipped with Ducati's Skyhook suspension Evo, which works in conjunction with the Bosch EMU to adjust the semi-active suspension over varying terrain. The EMU is also what controls the self-canceling turn signals. Fancy. You have the option to fine-tune the Multistrada to your preference. In addition, Ducati has incorporated graphics to more clearly illustrate how changes will affect the bike. User adjustability is more tunable and intuitive than before, thanks to the reworked layout featured on the new higher resolution, auto-contrasting display. Ride modes are easily selected and offer default configurations for suspension, DTC, Ducati traction control, anti-lock brakes, DWC, Ducati wheelie control, and engine power output. All of the aforementioned settings can easily be changed from their defaults, giving the rider complete control on how they want to use the motorcycle at any given point in time. The rocker button on the left side of the handlebar is used to navigate your way through menus, while the rocker to its right sets the cruise control. Ducati says the keyless ignition has been revised to offer more positive starts with less interference when switching between modes, and in turn, suspension settings among other electronics changes. I found touring and urban to be softer than I would like during our quick-paced though extremely curvy roads. Touring mode smooths out the throttle response while still offering all 158 horses and backs off preload to give a more plush ride, while urban cuts horsepower output to 100 horsepower and preload back to 4, a full 10 levels down from sport. Enduro also cuts horsepower to 100 and adjusts the suspension to a more off-road oriented setting while turning down DTC, DWC, and ABS. ABS is turned off for the rear wheel. Sport mode was unequivocally the preferred setting for our ride and could be easily tweaked from the settings menu. Throttle response was sometimes harsh, but the suspension handled with aplomb at the default settings. It's a good time to be a Ducatisti. With basic service intervals of 9,000 miles and Dismo service intervals at 18,000 miles, there is no reason to cut that cross-country trip short. Furthering the rider interface with the motorcycle, DQS, Ducati Quick Shift, up and down is now equipped on both S and Pikes Peak models. As usual, the quick shifter works best at higher RPM, while downshifts are accomplished when the lever is given a forceful shove. Not the smoothest I have used, but it does the job. Ducati cornering lights, DCL, shine on the inside of the curves almost as brightly as the Brembo M50s shine in nearly all situations while clenching the superbike-sized 330mm dual discs on the Multi. The Ducati Safety Pack, DSP, found on the Multistrada includes Ducati Traction Control, DTC, and Bosch Cornering ABS. A new ride-by-wire system is also said to offer smoother throttle control, and while it did feel smoother in most situations, I was surprised by an abruptness in tight corners when coming off the throttle at low RPM. Keeping the motorcycle spun up higher in the rev range seemed to alleviate this problem, and it was most noticeable in sport mode. After speaking to others on our ride, a few journos mentioned they had noticed it somewhat, but it didn't seem to bother anyone. Maybe it was just me. While the base Multistrada 1260 is available only in Ducati Red and retails for $18,695, the up-spec S model in Ducati Red costs $20,995. Iceberg White and Volcano Gray versions have an MSRP of $21,195. The Iceberg White version shown above in touring trim retails for $22,595. The Multistrada 1260 in Pikes Peak trim, $24,995, offers lighter forged aluminum wheels, Allen's fork and Allen's TTX36 shock, both of which are mechanically adjustable, a turbine-only carbon fiber silencer, and other various carbon bits from the short windscreen to the mudguard. The 2018 Ducati Multistrada 1260 comes complete with VHC, Vehicle Hill Control, for when you find yourself stopped on the side of a volcano perhaps, DCL, Ducati cornering lights, LED lights that point toward the inside of your turn while circumnavigating said volcano, DMS, Ducati Multimedia System, which allows you to listen to DMX on your linked Bluetooth device and also receive TXT messages all on the dash, and last but not least, TPMS, Tire Pressure Monitoring Sensor, which is an optional accessory on all 2018 Multistrada models. The technology doesn't stop there. The new Ducati Link app, available in February 2018, will give Multistrada 1260 owners an all-new way to interact with their motorcycle as well. When connected via Bluetooth, the app can record lean angle, current, average, and max speed, power, and fuel consumption. In typical fashion these days, the app also allows you to record routes and share them in a community of Ducati Link app users, earn points and badges for miles ridden, events attended, etc., and alerts you to the wonderfully long service intervals when they are due. 4 additional equipment packages are available as before. Touring includes heated grips, center stand, and color-matched panniers. Sport includes a turbine-only slip-on, carbon fiber mudguard, and billet aluminum brake and clutch reservoir caps. Urban gets you a top case, tank bag with lock, and USB hub. Enduro includes auxiliary lights and Ducati performance components by Torduc, such as engine protection bars, radiator guard, oil sump guard, a larger kickstand base and off-road foot pegs. Okay, that's all Automania. See you at the next automotive info, and thank you for watching Automotive for You.